Welcome to the Scottish Wedding channel. My name's Loredana from Cherry Hair. Today I'm going to be showing you an Elsa inspired look from Frozen. And today we're going to achieve that by doing a sort of volumised braid in the hair, which is sort of loosened out, and then it'll be coming down to one side. And to start that look, we're going to use our tail comb just to back comb the hair a little bit. And a little bit of this Dust It, just for volume. This Dust It's really good, it just kind of makes it a little bit rougher, the hair, and it just adds in a lot of volume. I always like it just for back combing, or sometimes it's good just to keep your curbies in place as well. Now that that's volumised, we just give it a light spray. This is the Bedhead TiGi Masterpiece Hairspray. It's brilliant because it gives a little bit of shine and it's firm, but not too firm that you can't get your brush through it. Now that I've done the volumised section, I'll come back to that at the end. I'm just going to spray on this Got To Be thermal spray just before I start curling with my wand. So if you just take sort of horizontal sections with your wand and then just come in at the top, coming down here. And just hold it for a few seconds and then release it, and you'll get this nice sort of spiraled curl. And again, the thermal protection spray, it will keep it moisturised so that the hair doesn't break, because the wands can be quite strong sometimes. So just take sort of big sections. You don't want to do it too neat, like section by section. You just want to do it horizontally. That will be the quickest way to achieve a volumised braid. So that's me just finishing off the last curl here with the wand. So now that we've finished that look, we'll take the section from the front and ear to ear, and we're just going to section that off so it's out of the way. And I'm just going to pin it away just so you can see what I'm doing. So now I'm going to add in a hairpiece. This one's actually from Peaches and Cream. It's synthetic hair. You'll be able to find these online, but they're just great for adding volume and length. But that's just a sort of standard length that you can get with it. And to attach this piece, I'm just going to pop it aside just now. And I'm just going to back comb it a little bit. So all that hair's tucked away to one side, just so we can see what we're doing here. And I'm just going to take this section here and pop a little bit more Dust It on, just for volume. And just give it a good back comb. When you're teasing the hair, just make sure you hold the hair up straight and just brushing into it, and then you'll get a lot of volume. But you just want to use a little back combing brush just to smooth over any wee flyaways. And then just take the hair into a little bobble section, just so there's something for the clip-in to grab into. I'm just going to attach that now. So inside you can see there's two clips, and then there's also this little toggle. You do get different clip-in pieces, but this one I'm just going to attach it and slide it into the hair like that, and then I'm going to pull the drawstring, and that's going to secure the hair. So that's the clip in place, and then just pull the string, and that tightens it. Does that feel okay? Just make sure it's not too tight, and then just secure it and hide the drawstring piece underneath and tuck it in, because you don't want that to be visible. Tuck it away, and then just secure it around the hairpiece, because we're going to braid that away anyway, so you will not see that part. This just adds a lot of length, so when I go to pleat Ashley's hair, all the curls will blend in naturally into the hairpiece as well. So back to the top section, what we're going to do is we're just going to add some more volume because we need it to be a little bit fuller for Elsa's hair. As she's got it coming swept back, and then towards the end we can bring out little pieces if we need to soften the face. And all you're going to do now is just, if you just pop your fingers through just to kind of roughen it up, it just gives it a more sort of staggered look like Elsa's hair. I'm just going to keep sectioning. Make sure when you're back combing to keep the sides in, not just the top, because if you don't do the sides it can look too flat, but you want a wee bit of volume around the sides too. And if you take another clear bobble, we're just going to pop the hair into this section. And again, just putting your fingers through just to make sure it's really rough, and just check it. When you're doing it yourself, just make sure you've sort of got a bit of volume added in. So I'm just attaching the bobble to the hair, because we're actually going to cut that little bobble once it's all braided in. Now to start with 3-strand pleat. So you just take 3 sections and just sort of smoothing as you go as well, keeping it loose just around the edges. You can start to see the shape sort of forming now as well, which is always good. And as you're pleating, if you just bring the pleat, starting to bring it round, and that'll just make it sort of start to fall to the side rather than to the back, because that will just not show up the hair as well, especially for the length. So that's us almost finished the braid now. I'm just sort of finishing it off. I'm going to pop a little clear bobble again through the ends. And once you've popped the bobble in, if you just sort of pull over it, that'll just help disguise it a wee bit. It's clear anyway, so you shouldn't really see it, but it always is much more professional not to see the bobble inside. Now for just any last little finishing pieces, I'm going to spray around and just curl over the edges and just pull out a couple of wee pieces, just like Elsa's, as it's more softer off the face. Now that we've done that part and it's all braided in it, I'm just going to take the scissors and cut the bobble. Just make sure you get it quite far off the head so you're not cutting any hair as well. If you're doing this yourself, just be careful. I'm just going to wand some little pieces backwards, so if you just bring the hair towards you, and then that way you can recreate the soft pieces. Again, just attaching the odd wee curby just to hold it into place. If you point them in vertically, that will stop any bumps. Now if you just tease out the pleat for the next section, if you just pull it out, that'll just make it a lot softer and a wee bit wider, just like Elsa's hair. And it just gives you a more exaggerated, volumised pleat. I'm just going to set this little headpiece. This is the Ariana range from Ribbons and Lace in Cowinan, and I'm just going to slide that in there. And what to do is, once the headpiece is in place, when you're putting it in yourself, if you do happen to do that, just make sure all the little crystals are facing the right direction, and check in the mirror when you've got it on as well. Thanks for watching the Elsa Hair tutorial. Hope you enjoyed it and please get in contact for more looks.